as it looks in the springtime. We've had some rains and it's now springtime. More stuff is blooming and more birds and more cool stuff. So we're going to check out what SOKA is like in the springtime. Right now. Right now. Yeah, these things here.
Well, the bugs this year have been tenacious.
Interesting flowers right there, popular with the bees. The landscaping is designed by students of SOKA University. The official name is SOKA University of America. So anyway, SOKA University of America, Aliso Viejo campus was established in the year 2003. As I already pointed out, this landscaping is designed by students of the university, and there's a lot of variety of landscaping, and dogs like the landscaping here. They allow visitors to walk around with their dogs or dog in specific areas, and also allow visitors for cultural events that they have here, and concerts. There's the new science building. Millie and I have been walking around here for quite a few years. We basically watched the different stages of construction of this science building on our various walks. Science and technology, I believe, is what it is. All right. So let's start. We'll just walk a loop. There's a loop you can walk around. So we're at university because it's the university loop. A lot of visitors today. Come on this way, Millie. This fountain area is really cool. Really like that fountain area. And there's the where they hold cultural events like demonstrations and things that the public are invited to. Over there is the Founders Hall, and they don't have a sign. Huh. I'm pretty sure that's the Cultural Arts Center. For some reason there was no sign there. But over there on the other side of that fountain is the names of the donors, founders and donors, major donors. It's a very nice day. It's going to be in the 80s. A lot less wind than yesterday though. Yesterday was very windy. So far it's not too bad. Just a little bit of wind. Yeah, we're going to take it easy today. Just a nice relaxing stroll in the University Loop. Down there, down Lions Way, they have sports facilities. We've been all around this place. All the places where public is allowed, that is. Several times over the years. Really? A lot of people love to walk their dogs on these trails. Because it's nice, easy walk. It's in a loop, and there is lots of really nice landscaping that dogs love. And what Millie and I have always enjoyed this landscaping, but I've never really taken the time to identify all the different plants and flowers and trees, shrubs, and whatnot. I would not be surprised if there's information online on the SOKA University of America website. So after this, I'm going to check that out and see if they identify all of the plants they use for their landscaping. That would be a fun research to do, which I'll make a point of doing sometime today. Millie found something. She likes the long grass. This long grass is like some of her favorite stuff. Just sniff at, because there's so many animal, dog and other animal smells to find in the long grass. These flowers are very popular with the bees. Well, I'll take that back. Those are not bees. Are those bees? Huh. I don't believe they're bees. They're some kind of flies. There's bees in there too. I see. There's bees. And some kind of fly that also likes these things. Wonder what kind of flies those are. They almost look like tiny bees, but they're probably some kind of fly. Something else to look up. The breeze is starting to pick up a bit. Alright, let's get going. We don't want to take too long, because it is going to be very warm today. It's still early, but so I'll look up the plants and do some research and find out what those flies are. There's also bees and mystery flies. Very interesting. All right. Zoom back out and continue. It was extremely windy yesterday, but today it's just a mild breeze. Starting to pick up a little bit, but not too bad. Not too much wind right now. Gotta love this landscaping. It's some beautiful, beautiful landscaping. Probably species of plants from all different parts of the world, I would guess. I'll find out when I research that later today. There's the Ikeda Library. We once walked up there because they have part of the campus part of this route closed down while they worked on the new buildings, science and technology buildings that they built within the last few years. So we have been up there and through there. That was kind of fun. Very nice library. And let's continue. I have a picture somewhere that I've saved that I took of Millie, a photo of Millie on those steps a few years ago. SOKA University is surrounded by wilderness areas. There's a graduate school over there. So as I was saying, SOKA University is completely surrounded by wilderness areas. Well, almost completely. There is a neighborhood, a residential neighborhood across Wood Canyon, on the other side of Wood Canyon, a couple of residential neighborhoods. But all the other sides, the north, south, or the east, south, and west sides are all surrounded by wilderness. Up there is top of the world, Laguna Beach. Millie and I have walked there too. I haven't taken those trails because they're wilderness trails, and dogs are not allowed on the wilderness trails out there. But because we're surrounded by so much wilderness, sometimes there's a fire or a mountain lion sighting or something like that. So there's a helicopter over there that's hovering around to our northwest, I think. So hopefully there's not a problem up there, like a small brush fire or something. Anyway, let's continue. That's looking back from where we've been walking, with the Saddleback Mountains in the background there, some of them. Alright, let's head this way. The little bit south is University Loop, is fairly easy to navigate. There's only very mild elevation changes. Not a fairly easy trail to take, and probably just over a mile. So it's not a super demanding walk. Yesterday's walk on the Salt Creek Trail took a bit out of us because it was very windy. So we're taking it slower today, which is okay because this is a perfect trail. This is a perfect trail for taking it slow and not having to overexert yourself. Years back they had an open house, like a thing where they would have refreshments and entertainment, and they allowed everyone to come and tour the place. I remember it was in May a few years back. And we were able to tour the whole entire campus, to went in the library and some of the other buildings. So I look down into one of the wilderness areas. Big patch of black mustard. That I also filmed and talked about on a walk at Chaparosa Salt Creek yesterday. Very popular biking trails down there for mountain bikes. And up there, very popular trails going up to the top of the world in Laguna Beach. So there's, needless to say, a lot of very nice views from this campus. All right. Even though this is a university that was founded by Japanese Buddhists back in the 40s, I believe, or maybe later than that. The original campus, I think, maybe was in the 70s or 80s, I'm not sure. But the university was founded by Japanese Buddhists. However, they are inclusive and invite people of all nationalities and denominations to study here. A couple of condors. Let me see if I can catch them on film. My brother Jim is a big fan of condors. See if I can get them. How well I can catch them. They seem to be coming our way, riding on the thermals. They are the largest bird in all of North America. California condor. Anyway, they have flown somewhere else, so Millie and I will continue our walk. All right, let's go. Yep, a nice relaxing walk. Plenty of shade today. We'll be done before it gets too warm. Says, yeah. Millie says, yeah, nice walk. Camera over there. Somebody put a couple of hammocks over there. Huh. That looks like fun. It's a popular trend in parks around here and places around here is those little hammocks that they hang between trees. Looks like a lot of fun. So back, have a look at some of the wilderness area around here. I have seen deer come up all the way up to these parking lots before. You have to pay some attention though, because not likely during the daytime, but sometimes coyotes, there are coyotes down there. Not likely to see them up here during the daytime, but they are out there. And we've encountered some very large hawks here, as well as the condors. One hawk landed in a tree right next to us when we were walking on this side last year. A good look at all those black mustard plants out there that are growing wild. The legend is that the Franciscan friars brought the Franciscan friars, when they established the El Camino Real in the 1700s, brought the seeds for these black mustard and planted them all along the route of the El Camino Real. So that it was easier to keep track of where you were walking. Because in those days there weren't a lot of roads in California, the 1700s. And of course, once they were planted all along the El Camino Real, their seeds have been scattered all over California. And they really make a nice look this time of year after the rainy season. They really make these hills look pretty. And let us continue. The wind is picking up quite a bit, actually. But this loop is only about a mile, so, and we're almost halfway already. So it's not too bad. We'll get out of here before it gets too windy or too hot. Very popular dirt bike trails down there. Very popular. In fact, I have ridden a bike on that trail. That trail down there. bathroom back out. Are you getting restless? Am I? Come on, we're here for a walk. You're stopping too much, Dad. She only likes to stop when it's her idea. Like a tree to sniff, or bush to sniff, or place to pee, something like that. I'm glad to stop then. She hasn't quite, she's like, quite understand sometimes why I stop to film stuff. Like, some of the dorms here, I really like the architecture of these dorms. I really like the architecture of these dorms. They almost have like a Tibet kind of feel to them. Really cool. Really like that. One of her favorite grass. I look back down the rows of dorms that we just walked past, and we're almost to the turnaround point in the loop. Another hammock. Gives me an idea. When we moved to Indiana, we're getting a home with a very good sized lot. I think I will plant 2 trees to put a hammock in the backyard of our Indiana home after we move there. That might not be first priority, but when I find the time, that would be fun. Plant a couple of trees, put a hammock between them, and we could swing in the backyard after a walk. We can hang out in our hammocks. So I'm going to look this up because I'm also not sure. But I think those might be olive trees. Again, I'm going to look up all of see if their website identifies all of the different landscaping and trees and flowers and bushes and stuff that they have here. And I'll find out if those are olive trees, or if not, whatever else they are. Put all that in my description of this video. Another look at the Laguna Beach top of the world. Another place that Millie and I have walked. There's a trail between there, top of the world there, and goes across to Molten Meadows Park. And Millie and I have been up there a couple of times. We did a video walking up on that trail. Can't see the other end, but the other end is by Nye's Place, which we've also walked on when we were younger and could climb 800 feet from Pacific Coast Highway. So the other end is by Nye's Place. And this is top of the world. So they have a very nice view here. Some more of the mustard plants, which are like everywhere in wilderness areas everywhere in SoCal this time of year, or Orange County anyway. All right, we're about to get to the turnaround point, and yeah, Millie says, good idea. Make this a shorter walk than yesterday. A less hurried walk. A pleasant Sunday walk in the springtime. Millie, did you? I wonder if she got something. I'll have to check. No, she's walking okay. Just taking her time today. Yep. Sometimes she gets like a little something stuck in her paws from the ground, or sticker from a plant or something. So she's going on 16. She'll be 16 years old in like 4 or 5 months, so 6 months, so. But she gets around pretty good. We just don't go crazy like we used to. We don't do the 8 or 10 mile walks like we used to. Mostly take it easy. So going that way, this is Friendship Lane. That way it goes up to the gazebo. We have gone up there in the past. A few times. It's kind of a warm day. It's not hot yet, but pretty warm, and we don't want to overdo it today. So I think we're going to skip that. What do you think? Although she's walking in that direction. What do you think, Millie? Should we just skip that and head back? Yeah, let's just head back. We've done a previous video of that area. Going onto the gazebo, it's pretty nice. They have guest houses and they have places where you can do seminars and stuff like that up there. But we'll stick to the original plan and just walk the loop. Not have to overdo it today. Ah. Plane coming out of John Wayne Airport. So this is the other half of the loop, University Loop, and it'll take us back where we parked it. Excuse me. See over there, let me see if I can at least spot it from here. See that Friendship Lane goes all the way down. The gazebo's over there. Don't know if we can see it from here. Can't really, you can almost make out the gazebo from here. That's the end of south end of this campus. We've walked out there a few times. It's really nice. Really nice. But today we're sticking with the easier walk. I'll go up there another day in the springtime and just make a point of just walking up there. In a future video. Today we're just doing a leisure check my false teeth. Today we are doing a leisurely stroll of the University Loop. The key to a really nice dog walk is to find the right conditions that both dog and human will enjoy walking. Not too long, and not forgetting to find shade when we need it. So neither one of us is overworked or worn out when we're done, and we both have a good time. That is an ideal dog walk. See, these are the trees that I think might be olive trees, though I'm not sure. They could also be California, some kind of California oak. I am definitely going to look up all of that. I hope it's on their website, explaining all the different trees, shrubs, and flowers and other landscaping. These trees must come from a more temperate climate, like a more northern climate, because they're just beginning their spring growth, their new leaves for the spring. Kind of a delicate look. It should fill out as the spring progresses. Hold on. Lots of very nice canyon views here. This is a really spectacular setting they have here. If I were of student age, I would look into studying here, at least for a year or two, because it's just so nice. It's pleasant out here, and the views are amazing. Take a quick look at the view over here. Take a quick look at the view over here, and then we'll head back to the car. We finished about 3/4 of the loop to this point. This is where I've seen deer come up. I've seen them come up over this little ridge and even out to the parking lot. Okay, there is one of the guest homes for foreign dignitaries. My wife and I attended a seminar in that building a couple years ago. And over there, you can barely make out the gazebo among those trees. That's the end of the campus. And over there is a place where a lot of people launch drones and model planes and such. Down that little area down there. Right down there. Next, the town next to us this is Aliso Viejo. Up beyond there is Laguna Niguel. And you like that landscaping, don't you, Millie? She says, this is a beautiful day for a dog. A beautiful day for a dog. Which I am one, and I am enjoying this. All right, let's get back on the trail. I kind of stepped off to the side, just taking that view. Let's get back on the trail and finish the loop. If you have an eye for beauty, or if you like nature, and you like really nice architecture, it's a nice place to visit. She found something over here. A scent of interest? Must have been a scent of interest. So, since they have a really big variety of landscaping here, different flowers bloom at different times of the year. So the look is always changing over the course of the year. And the students themselves design changes from time to time, add on or try other kinds of plants. So it's always evolving in some way. Some more of the dorms. Looks like we'll be getting back just in time before it gets too windy and too hot. Everywhere you look around here, there's beauty to behold. Millie, I think Millie may have got something in one of her paws. So I will pause, pause, get it, and see if there's something in one of her paws that I can get out so she can walk more comfortably. She's due for a haircut, which she's going to get later today. Her paws have gotten hairy again. Looks like something stuck in one of her paws. So again, I am going to pause and check her paws. Hold on, Millie. Hold on. All right. I did get a little bit of a sticker kind of thing out from one of her paws, so she's feeling better. Once she gets a haircut, which I plan to give her today, she won't have nearly as much hair on those paws and won't be picking up quite so much debris. I let the hair grow out for the winter, but winter has passed. So it's time for her springtime haircut. Which is always an adventure. Oh, there was a hummingbird. But I wasn't able to zoom in on it because it already left. I see, this is very popular landscaping with butterflies and bees and hummingbirds, apparently. everywhere you look on the SOKA University of America campus, there is beauty to behold. Oh, over there is a power plant and a lot of other stuff. A necessity of life. You got to have those things. So this is this is not the most beautiful part of the campus, but you need those things. Power and air conditioning and garbage disposal and all that stuff. So that's all in there. So I'm going to turn this off because that's very loud. And I'll pause until we pass that because it is loud. Hold on. It's Pauling all over there. Okay, so it's University Circle. I think I called it University Loop. The official name is University Circle. And we are nearly done with that circle. My tie hall. Call boxes for emergencies. Another necessity of every campus, university campus. Excuse me. And there's the back side of Fountainers Hall. The front side is out there by the fountains. SOKA Performing Arts Center. The public is invited for concerts and talks and things like that. Beautiful campus. And a very nice place to walk a dog. Almost back to the car. We're parked over there. Hope Street is the private entrance. The public entrance is over University, where we came in. Look back at where we've been on the back side of the loop. After walking around the front side over there of the circle, University Circle. So we have nearly completed the University Circle. Just take a second, a moment or two to take in these cool fountains in front of Founders Hall. Definitely getting windy now. On the other side are the jacaranda trees. They bloom later in the year. There's a short video on our channel that shows us sitting on a bench while the jacaranda flowers are raining down on us. But they bloom like later, more like August, September, later in the year. Or June, I don't know. I think maybe we took that video in June, so June is probably when they bloom. We've come back into the sun, so we don't want to hang around here too long. Just going to take a quick look at here. The foster leaders for the creative coexistence of nature and humanity. Foster leaders of, what's that say? Culture. Get a better angle here. Of culture in the community. That's what that first one says. Guiding principles. Foster leaders of humanism in society. Foster leaders of pacifism in the world. We definitely need more pacifism. Won't argue with that. Foster leaders for creative coexistence of nature and humanity. SOKA University of America. Founder Daisaku Ikeda. I hope I said that right. Daisuku Ikeda. Sounds right. It's the best I can pronounce Japanese. Daisuku Ikeda. And then the name of the Founder's Circle. Take a quick look around there. All right, let's head back to the car. It's also nice up there, going to the entrance of the Founders Hall. A very beautiful campus. And it's time to head home and have some lunch. But one more look at these fountain area. You can walk down the middle. We did a video recently where Millie and I walked down the middle between those two ponds and fountains. You can get tied up. Okay, where's your leash? There it is. Sometimes she gets her leash under her leg. I gotta help her out then. Almost back. Pretty nice day, isn't it? These fountains vary in height from time to time. At times they go like way up. Ah, there's a condor came to visit. They also have hawks and falcons in the area. One more look around. And we'll head back to the parking lot. Let's walk this way. We're parked right over there. No matter where you look around here, just about, the views are awesome. There's where you can walk between the ponds. All right, here we go. Back to where we parked. Ah, grass. Nice. All right, let's walk across the street. One more look around and we're headed home for lunch. So this was a very nice walk, wasn't it, Millie? Wait, parking lot over here, car over here. So this is a very nice walk, and it's time to go home for lunch. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Millie and I both do. Bye.